Yeah, you're right. There's a lot to that question. For me, the important question is not what can we do, it's what should we do. You're right. There's a million interesting technologies out there, all with particular bespoke things that they can do. What we need is a framework to assess what's the value, what is it really contributing. And the way we've been thinking about it recently is you have to break down what are the things that drive the most value in a business. It's things like what is happening to our labor intensity, what's happening to our energy intensity, to our waste intensity. How are the things, these technologies that we're implementing or these mines that we're building, how are they improving our social capital or our license to operate, or how are they creating residual economic or environmental value even after the mine is closed? If you use a filter or a lens like that, it's much easier to think through this suite of 10 different things I could do. Well, actually this one pushes the most levers towards high value, real mining that benefits financially, socially, and environmentally to society. So I think a filtered process like that is what we need to adopt in the industry. There are a lot of exciting ones. I'm convinced when we look back at today, in 10 years, we're going to say this was the golden era of mining. Because right now there are so many new, call it toys, we can play with. There's so many things we can do now that we couldn't do even 5 years ago. It's a question of collectively the industry puzzling together all these interesting things and configuring in new ways. Some of the really, really interesting things that we can start thinking about is, first of all, is straight breaking down silos. There's no more single discipline problems anymore. We don't have singly tailings problems or singly mining problems or singly crushing problems. We have problems that cross those boundaries. So the whole geometallurgical approach, mine-to-mill optimization, grade engineering, those kind of geologically centered ways of thinking about our whole value chain are incredibly important. And that comes down to process simulation type things, digital twins, geo-digital control systems for plants, etc. That's the first one. The second big trend is complete electrification of mines. There are a multitude of benefits to completely electrifying, from safety and hygiene to energy savings, because we had to look at this. We spend sometimes half of the electricity used in a mine is actually used to blow away the fumes from diesel-fired equipment underground. In some cases, it's such an easy fix to save a hell of a lot of electricity. There's benefits to maintenance. There's benefits to integration of renewables. There's benefits to the ability to digitize mines by having everything electric. So that's a big revolution. The third one would probably be moving to complete continuous operations. Granted, some of the big bulk commodities will continue to need single trucks and loaders, etc. But I'm convinced that as we intensify mining more, we're going to find continuous operations are going to be far more prevalent, particularly the underground. Lastly, I would say there's mines even in 5 years will be completely digitally transformed. We can see it now. When you completely digitize, when you're able to use digital approaches to manage variation in the process, what you end up doing is shifting the mean of operation 1 sigma over, which is in most mining operations 30%. So, sitting here right now with the data I'm aware of mining around the world, there's 30% capacity available to the global, all our copper production, all of our steel production can be 30% higher just by going fully digital and getting those kind of benefits. So you can see that happening in the future. And then, far beyond that, and there's a networking, there's a people dimension to this as well. As we figure out how networks work better, how people communicate better, how value chains integrate, digital is going to allow a whole more agile, more flexible value chain like we've never seen before. It's an exciting time. Yeah, the pace of change is getting exciting and fast because there's been changes in technology globally, especially digitally. The drivers of change are new, and the toys we can play with are new. So 10 years ago there wasn't such a deep discussion yet about sustainability, about finance, about geopolitics, about trade wars. These things are reshaping completely the way the industry functions. And on the other side, we have completely new technologies that didn't exist even 5 years ago, like digital, like sensors, like automation, like magnets and batteries are changing the way that they're giving us new ways to think about our industry. So it's kind of at an inflection point, and it's going very, very fast right now. And it's an exciting time to be in the industry. Well, like anything, the most important is to do things you enjoy. That goes without saying. But within that, you know, I think we can all see it. In the future, any job that can be codified will be codified. So there's no point in really focusing on things that computers can do as well. We have to all focus on things that people do well, which is systems thinking, and understanding how systems work together and how value chains work. And there's lots of parts to that. So you know, no matter what dimension of engineering or mining or economics or people that we're interested in, it's understanding how the systems work, I believe, are most important. So so there's a software dimension to that. There's an economics dimension. There's a engineering dimension, as I say. There's many bits, but we have to continue to focus on the things that people can do best and that can't be replicated by machines, for sure. I think pulling together so many industry professionals and so many smart people in one place is a unique opportunity to stir the pot. I think that we should, when we come together like this, we should challenge each other and have good discussions and network and share ideas and share challenges. I've had a tremendous time walking around challenging people and being challenged on ideas, which is a huge benefit. Beyond, you know, every trade show is a trade show. That's fine and that's good. We get to see what each other's doing. But most important is the human interaction and getting to meet a lot of people in a short amount of time and exchange ideas in a really precise and fun way.